Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, my lonely little channel. Anyway, today makes I think day 11 or 12, maybe a couple more days than that. Um, I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Um, I can't say it was a rough day. I mean, I woke up and I took my kratom at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I'm noticing that it's lasting longer. And the time in between doses is lasting like 6 hours. And I'm not feeling really like serious withdrawals like I was in the beginning with my first 4 to 5 days. I'm not feeling that way. I still got some withdrawal, but I don't know if it's withdrawal. It's just a bit uncomfortness. How could I explain it? Like maybe a little anxiety, but not as bad as it was yesterday. Like I told you, that Klonopin works for days, but I'm not going to do another Klonopin. I'm going to save that for emergencies. Like tomorrow, I definitely got to work, but I might not do no Klonopin tomorrow either because I know what I went through and I don't want to go through that again. I don't advise anybody to, but when it gets really, really rough, you need something, and that's the hardest drug that I have in this house. That and Ambience, and I don't even fuck around with those Ambience since they gave them to me. That's a benzo, and when you're trying to get off benzos, why would you go on another benzo? But my Risperdal has been working pretty good. I cut down my kratom intake to 2 grams, and it's been holding me. What I got is really like a little bit of anxiety, not a lot, like antsy, but not to the point where it's debilitating me or anything. It's just like if you're waiting for a bus and you're rushing and you're gonna be late for work, stuff like that. That's like everyday stuff. But I can't just keep taking anything just because I get a little bit antsy. It's not. I don't recommend that. But aside all that, I ate. I'm trying to. I have an air fryer, which it's pretty good because it doesn't leave your food greasy or anything, and it's been helping my stomach. But my stomach was upset. I felt like eating something light. I had eggs for breakfast this morning and some toast. That was okay. And then later on, I had some broccoli and carrots. I figure, hey, let me eat healthy, right? Wrong, because that stuff filled my stomach up with so much air. And it was fresh broccoli, and I don't understand why it did that. Maybe because I put the margarine on it. I had to make it taste like something. I should just stick with rice because rice, for some reason, doesn't bother me like that. And I'm really stopped eating gluten-free, you know. I notice when I eat stuff with no gluten in it, it helps. Because when I started the Klonopin, I noticed I couldn't eat everything. I eat certain foods and it would flare me up. And then I noticed I'm gluten intolerant. So I'm doing the same thing for the Suboxen withdrawal, trying to eat healthy, but it's expensive to eat healthy. So I'm trying to eat like something like dry, like rice, and black beans are really good. Those, when I ate those for the past few days, my stomach wasn't so bad. It wasn't bad at all, you know. But I'm just letting you know today makes 11 days. And I'm really thinking I just dosed about 7 o'clock. That's when I brought it all the way down to 2 grams. Because what I'm feeling now, it's not really withdrawal. It's just a little bit of anxiety. That's what I think it is. A little bit of anxiety. But that goes hand in hand when you're coming down off of this stuff. I'm not really like all over the place, but I wish I could feel a little bit more better. But I don't feel terribly bad at all. Like, I could see the light. I went out, got some sun today, did a little bit of shopping. Not no big thing, just went and picked up something. I mean, just to be able to walk down to the corner, it's good. So I woke up pretty good this morning, And what I really want to try to do today, I just dosed at 7. I'm going to not dose the rest of the night. And I'm going to see where that takes me. Because I'm feeling like a little hungover. Like, and I want to like clean my system out a little bit from the kratom. I don't think I'm addicted to it or anything. No, it takes a little longer than that to get addicted. I've only been on it for like 11 days. So, but yeah, I cut down to 2 milligrams, and the light sensitivity I have, the the legs, like numbness in my legs. But you'd be surprised what you get at the Dollar Tree. I got this muscle rub stuff, and it works pretty well. I just rub my legs down, and it brings me, not an hour of comfort, like 30 minutes of comfort, which is better than nothing. But tonight I'm going to take my sleeping pill, and I'm not going to dose anymore after tonight. I just dose at 3 grams. No, 2 grams, and that's it. Because I don't feel like I need the kratom as much as I did in the beginning. It's like, it let up a lot. I have to say, it let up a lot. But what I'm also thinking of, I'm pretty sure the Suboxen is out of my system, you guys, but like I said, there's some lingering stuff. And I think that I'm going to hit pause pretty soon. I don't know. The last time it took me 5.5 weeks, but when I say 5.5 weeks, it was because I took the kratom for 5.5 weeks. But I was way better before that. I just kept doing it, because it helped with energy and everything. I really thought it was a godsend, but I also knew that if I continue, it would lead to more addiction, and I did not want to go through what I went through. It was really hard the first time, really hard. It was hard this time too, counting the days and the minutes, and it's just awful, and I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to show up. And I work nights, and sometimes the nights for me are not that great, my work is hard, but there's a lot of layover time, and sitting in a chair for hours and hours, I think that might be a little bothersome for me. So I'm going to take my Klonopins just in case. But most likely, I don't think I'm going to do it because, like I said, I'm very scared of it. I got mad respect for the Klonopin. Mad respect. That shit shouldn't be taken every day, only when necessary. Only when that shit he put 2 times a day there, that was ridiculous. And I follow instructions to the T. You don't need Klonopin every day like that. I can't see somebody having a panic attack constantly, day after day after day. That medicine lasts in your system for quite some time. So, yeah, I'm going to give it mad respect. But like I say, guys, it's like I'm tired, but I'm not tired. My mind is up. I'm definitely awake. And I want to get a good night's sleep. So, I don't know. I was thinking about the Ambien, but I don't know. Because then that'll be 2 days of taking benzos, and I don't want to go there neither. I mean, my Risperdal has been working fine. Like I've said, I feel like I have like a hungover. Like, when you party for days and days, and then you finally down somewhere. That's how I feel like I've been partying for days. I know I'm going to need my energy tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to do it. By this time, I should be on my way to work. And the nights are not so great for me. Like right now, I'm sitting home and relaxing, but that's different than being at the job and having to be communicating with people and hoping that the fucking night ends. I don't know. I know the nights have been hard for me. The nights were hard, but the last 2 days, it's been getting better. The nights have been getting better. I've been waking up, but not so intensely sick, not at all. So therefore, that's where I started to lower the kratom a bit. So like tonight, I only took 2 milligrams, and I'm hoping that takes me through the night. Because like I've said, I'm not in serious withdrawal right now. Not at all. Except that I'm a little antsy. Folks, this is not easy. Do your homework, research, try to find the best remedies. Before you do all this, set yourself up first. Get all your stuff in place. Because the first time I did it, I was buying things off of the whim. Like every day that I felt something, I would run to the store. Oh, I have a headache. Oh, my stomach. I run to the store. I spent a lot of time running back and forth trying to get all my supplements, That's very exhausting when you're sick. So this time I prepared myself. Oh, I got me some. I've been listening to a guy. His name is Matt Finch. He's very good in the opiate when he talks about opiate recovery, and he has a lot of good stuff on there. Check his site out, Matt Finch. And he talked about a lot of different remedies. I ordered some ginseng, which I know I'm going to need for energy. I bought some ginseng and some passion flower, I believe. Ginseng, I think ginseng and passion flower. Yeah. That should be coming tomorrow. Oh, and then I bought something for my legs. Heartland for stressful legs. I heard that was pretty good. A lot of people talk about that in the site, the Kratom site. It helps their legs. Because I don't want to be tomorrow sitting for hours and my legs just out of control. So I bought that. That's coming in tomorrow. The passion flower's coming in tomorrow. The ginseng extract is coming in tomorrow, which I'm dying to try. But like I said, tonight, I just dosed at 7. I'm not going to be dosing no more. That's it. I'm going to have to ride this out tonight because I just feel like the withdrawals are subsided a whole bunch. And like I said, with the kratom, you don't want to keep taking the kratom if it's not absolutely necessary. You live and learn. I didn't overdo it the first time. I had a little bit of withdrawal because I continue. Even after the initial acute phase was over, I continue because once all that opiate stuff is out of your body and you really start feeling the kratom for what it is, very relaxing and it's even enjoyable. I'm not flabbergasting it, but it's true. So as me being an addict, I love that feel good thing. But I know that it's not good and it's not going to end pretty. And I got a long road ahead of me, you guys, as far as the pause is concerned and stuff like that. I'm going shopping this weekend to get a bike because I live behind this beautiful, gorgeous park that has a bike trail. And I heard exercising will help me, feel better and get my legs moving and stuff. So I'm going to try that. There's no traffic. It's a nice bike route, and I used to enjoy riding a bike a lot. So, I mean, in this thing, you have to be ready because you're going to spend a good maybe $50, $60 in supplements and stuff like that. I got all my stuff, the L-Trocine, which worked wonders for me the first time. And but I don't take it anymore because I didn't need it at the time. But now that after the whole acute phase and 1 week after I stopped taking the kratom after the first week, what happened? I didn't understand what was going on. This fatigueness and exhaustion came on. It was fucking unreal. And then that's when I found out what it was, And the doctor told me, "Oh, you still on Suboxen?" And I take so. Well, he should have explained it to me a little bit more. Now I know what he meant, but he's very short for words. So, and that part is the most important part, you guys. If you can make it through pause, you can make it. You know what I'm saying? You can make it. I made it to 8 months of Suboxen, 8 months. But that's because I was on Klonopin and didn't even know it. So, and I know if I went that long, I know I want this so bad I can taste it, literally taste it. So I'm still alive. I'm doing okay. I'm hoping tomorrow. You know what, guys? Every day that you make it is another notch on your belt. It's like you're headed to that freedom door. You just headed to that door. I could feel it. And other than my stomach bothering me, I have Imodium, but I don't want to take too many of those. But like I said, once again, stuff that you eat, you got to be careful of stuff that you eat. Like the broccoli, I won't be doing that again. And the carrots, I won't be doing that again. Or I think maybe with some margarine, whatever else. I ate a little bit of fruit cocktail. That bothered my stomach too. But I have some cottage cheese. That doesn't bother my stomach. And it's, so that's good for the stomach too. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm doing okay. And, you can do this. You can really, really do it. What's saving me is that I work 3 days out the week, 12 hours. And then I have 4 days of layover time, which, I can recover. There's some people that's going to be a little harder because they work 5 days full. If I was working a 5-day shift, I would have had to probably take 3 weeks off. No doubt, medical leave. But I'm doing this in between working and the 4 days off. But it's a 12-hour shift. So tomorrow I got to put my big guns on. And maybe, just maybe, going to work might help me recover even quicker. Moving around, lifting, pushing, shoving. Maybe that's going to help me a little bit more. So I'm not like, now that I think about it, like, I'm not going to push it too much as far as thinking about work, because when I do that, I get very anxious and I get anxiety when I think about work and stuff. But I'm learning not to do that because it puts my body in a bad space and I don't want to. Right now, my body's calm. I'm not as anxious as I was yesterday. It was like really to the point where I really wanted to use, and I was dead against using my Klonopin, and I took the chance and took it. But they say you can use it for a little bit, but I wouldn't recommend using it 5 days in a row. I would not. I would not. People have used it for 5 days in a row and reached tolerance. And if that happens, that's like if you took it for years and years and only took it for a week. So the body's very tricky. Those drugs are very tricky. It works, no doubt, but it's not necessarily needs to be used every day. It's just not. I mean, I even thought about taking it for the rest of the time, but that's not going to work out. That's going to work out because my body is still recovering from the Klonopin. But I stopped having symptoms as of July 3rd of this year. And I was 14 months going through hell, you guys. Oh my God. Honestly, I don't want to go through Suboxen withdrawals, but I would take a Suboxen withdrawal over Klonopin withdrawal anytime. And it's not a Klonopin withdrawal. You don't withdraw from Klonopin. That's a brain injury, guys. I hate to say, you could try anything in the world and it doesn't help. But the Suboxen did help me only 2 months later when I stabilized. Finally, the symptoms stopped. So I said to myself, I made a video a couple of weeks ago when I was up on my mom's house. Whoever guys saw it, I do remember stating that I was going to wait till January to do this detox. And one day I was taking a piece of the thing because it's been 2 months of that generic crap they gave me, which ever since they gave me that generic, I started really withdrawing. I knew I was withdrawing, but didn't know I was withdrawing. I just knew that I wasn't stable, and I was finding out that I was taking more of the Suboxen than I usually take for my original brand. And it was making my stomach upset. It became a problem to even take my dose. It became a problem taking my dose. And I knew. And I went to the doctor. I told him, whatever, this generic shit ain't working. So he went into his computer. He said, I don't know what the problem is. He did a couple of things in there. When I got my prescription, I got the name brand. But look, I haven't touched it. And that's been since the 8th of last month. No. The 8th of... like the 4th. I picked up that Friday, 2 Fridays ago. It's going to be 2 Fridays ago I picked up. So it's almost going to be 14 days, but I haven't opened that one. And I still carry like about 5 or 6 in my pocketbook because you never know what's going to happen, or you get in trouble, whatever, you have a backup. But that's the thing about the Suboxen issue. Like, you can't fucking leave home without it. You can't go on vacation without it. I'm just like, I'm done. And I don't know what I was thinking of because I said I'm going to do it in January, just like I did the last time. For some reason, that generic was making me so sick that I took it one day and I said, that's it. I'm not going to take this no more. And that was like, I was taking a half of an eighth. But... it's so different. You could actually, the name brand is a nice dark orange. Almost looks like the color of an orange. And then the generic one, you could see right through it. It's light, very light orange. You could see right through it. I knew there's something missing. It's not strong enough for me. And I was almost like only have like a half a strip left by towards the end of the month. As to the name brand, I would have like 15 left. Yes, it is possible, guys, because you don't need that much Suboxone. You know, I saw a video where they cut one piece into like 100 pieces. Maybe I'm overdoing it, but yeah, they cut that thing into little tiny, tiny squares, and you know, because they're trying to taper it off, and you know, it's amazing how that one strip can really last you. So I say that maybe my withdrawal is lasting a little longer because I left off at 4 milligrams, but also I was taking the generic. But to me, it doesn't matter. I've been taking it for 9 months. I'm going to get withdrawal regardless if the last 2 months were horrible. So I've been withdrawing for about 2 months, I say, since I got that generic brand. Yeah, last month was the second month, and it was horrible. Those 2 months, I wasn't myself, and I kept saying, I don't feel right. I don't feel right. I didn't feel right because of that generic brand. Finally, I fought for it, and I got it. But next month, listen, guys, I made it this far. Day 11, 12, maybe it might even be more days than that because I started it on a Wednesday. But I think that takes like 3 days to get out of your system. But since I was already sick, I'm adding my days on. I was already sick taking the Suboxone. I wasn't 100% right. You know, I was feeling sick constantly. And I knew something has to get changed. I have to get off of this medication because it was not working for me. My insurance tried to do that double bullshit, get me that generic shit. And yes, the doctors tell you it's the same thing, but no, there's stuff missing. Different fillers, something. It doesn't touch the receptors like it was before. In a way, I'm kind of glad it didn't, but I've been kind of suffering for a while now, you know, and I think I did it on I started it on actually, I started doing this. Wednesday of that week was my last trip, but I really started that Sunday before I started taking Kratom. I think I started taking Kratom. Or no, I didn't start taking Kratom. Or what was I doing? I stopped taking the medicine. Yeah, I waited like 2 or 3 days, but it was still in my system for some reason. And then, yeah, I was taking the Kratom a little bit. And then that Wednesday, my niece was coming over for the week. So I had to get myself together. So I took half of that strip. Felt almost brand new, but not all the way because it wasn't strong enough. I just made it enough in time to do what I had to do. But all that while, I was taking the Kratom, and I definitely stopped that Wednesday. I had took a half of a half, and I barely made it. And since then on, I had good days where the Kratom was just fine, and then there was days that I could still feel it through the Kratom. It's not 100% guaranteed. I think the lower you go, the better chance you'll have of not having intense withdrawal. You'll have withdrawals, but they won't be as intense as you jumping off of a 8 milligrams or 4 milligrams or 2 milligrams compared to a little tiny piece of a microdot. It makes a big difference, guys. You know what I'm saying? It makes a big difference. So I'm just sitting here, just letting you guys know how it's been going. I took some red mangda that I had, and believe it or not, that stuff is a year and 3 or 4 months. Yeah, January, February, March, May, June. A year and 6 months, and that stuff is still, because I bought some containers and I put it in there, and that stuff is still just as good as it was the first time. And that red mangda that I took seems to be working okay. It doesn't have me too uppity or too, I don't know. I'm taking Christopher Organics Botanicals. His stuff is pretty fucking awesome. Okay? It's pretty awesome. But I would just like to let you know, if you decide to go on Suboxone, give the Kratom a chance. Maybe you'll have withdrawals from the Kratom if you continue. When the minute that you feel like you have no more withdrawals, stop taking it. Or maybe taper yourself down. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably just jump off just like I jumped off the last time. What I got was like the sniffles and like felt like I had a cold. And what I did was hydrated more with Gatorade and stuff. And after 7 days, I was good. You know, and that was on it for 5.5 weeks. So imagine. So it does take maybe a good 2 months to 3 before like full addiction, I think. It depends on the person's system though, you know what I'm saying? Since it's supposed to attach to your receptors, but being that the Suboxone is there, I have a better chance of jumping off with very minor withdrawals. And what I mean by that, since that kratom, I mean the Suboxone was still on my receptors, the kratom wasn't really hitting. I mean, it was hitting, but not like a full hit. So much of it I wasn't feeling, but it was just enough to calm me the fuck down and get me relaxed. I'm gonna take a nice hot shower on my bones, and I'm gonna rub myself down with that rubbing cream. And you know what was funny? When I first used it, I knew I had it laying around. When I first used it, I couldn't smell it, but it says extra strength. I couldn't smell it. The second time I used it was a half an hour ago, and I could full the smell hit me real hard. I was like, wow, that's like my senses are coming back. Everything's, my hearing is like fucking impeccable right now. Um, the light outside bothers me a little bit, but I no longer see like before I was looking foggy. Things look foggy and didn't look right to me, but now I see everything so clear. It's just kind of, I have to back up a little bit because I feel it's too much for me, you know? That's a lot to take in all at once because it just happens all at once. Your fucking eyesight starts. You can see like the bionic woman. I could see from far away. And that started coming. My smell came back. The cigarettes, I'm having an issue with it, which is okay because cigarettes are no good. I bought a pack and I smoked a lot of it. But I didn't buy a pack today. I haven't smoked a cigarette for like 5 hours, and I'm not gonna buy anymore. I'm just gonna do with my pipe. But yes, it's getting better. I kind of like that red manga. I don't feel the speed of it. I feel it just calm. That's like what I like, calm and not too. I don't like that all over the place type of shit. It's not me being all over the place. My inside's all over the place. I don't like that feeling, you know. But I definitely feel like the worst of the withdrawals are over. I definitely feel that, guys. I really do. It's just a matter of me stopping the kratom or just starting to lower it, which I did. I started to lower it. I did 2 grams, and that's gonna have to hold me. I'm gonna see how it feels during the rest of the night. How it's gonna be. But it usually lasts 6 hours. And my body has been waking up like 6 o'clock in the morning. Then I'll dose, depending on how I feel. If not, I'll go back to sleep and wait another 2 hours until it gets more intense. And then I'll dose. Then I'll calm down. But I'm going to not dose anymore for the night because I think my body is healing. I mean, a couple of days ago, I wasn't able to sit up in the bed like I'm sitting up now talking to you guys. It was fucking impossible. But now I am. You guys, healing is possible. You can get off the Suboxone. It's a personal choice, but you have to be ready for it because it's not a walk in the park. You know, I hear they make kratom. Oh, you don't feel no way. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm here to say you do, but it could be worse. Okay, it could be worse. It could be more intense. You know, I'll take the kratom over cold turkey anytime. It's still cold turkey. Don't get me wrong, but you guys, I call it kratom like a comfort. It's like a comfort tea for me. That's what it is. And it has gotten to some days where it really fucking took me. And you know, every day was a struggle. For the first 4 days was a struggle. Me thinking about the Suboxone. If I just take even a little tiny piece, I've been clean for 11 days. Even a little micro dot will stop all this bullshit. And I will be a happy camper. But nah, I didn't come this far for that shit. No. And you know, those thoughts were not there today. They subsided a lot since yesterday. Since I think I call it attack of anxiety I had. Because it was fucking awful, you guys. Oh, boy. But, you know, it's part of the recovery. And I don't know if maybe when I go through the pause, will I suffer with anxiety? I don't know. But one thing I don't want to do is keep taking the Klonopin for the anxiety. Yes, it does help. Yes, it does help. But I had issues with the Klonopin, and I don't want to go there again. That is a horrible drug to withdraw from. And it ain't no withdrawal. It's a fucking brain injury. And you can't take shit for the brain. Your brain has to heal on its own. And I'm talking about second by second. Okay, it took me 14 months to come out of that slope. And I don't even know if after the Suboxen is gone, will the Klonopin still be lurking. I don't know. But I know I'm not going back on it. You know, I took it yesterday as an emergency mode, and that's what they're there for. Emergency. If I have a bad anxiety attack, yes, I will take it. Okay? But it's not going to be an everyday thing. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to take it like that. I don't have any more prescriptions for it anyway, but I still have 2 bottles of it. Imagine. I didn't even take it as prescribed, and I got fucking hooked on that shit. I would have been done with everything. So there is hope, guys. Just, look at me. I'm not the best role model, but, I decided to post videos because I like going back looking at videos and seeing how much time I had. I just saw an old video of me where I was 47 days clean of Suboxen. And I'm just thinking of that, and I now have 11 days. But after this, guys, that's it. There's no more withdrawing from anything. I'll be off of everything except my Risperdal, which is sort of antipsychotic, man, whatever they are. Anyway, I'm only taking that because it's helping me sleep. The bad part I will be the depression because I suffer from that. But I also stopped taking antidepressants altogether, too. I've been off antidepressants since October of last year. And it's been working pretty good. I just started back on the Risperdal because I knew I would definitely need something to help me sleep. And that's the only thing that helps me sleep. And thank God, quote, that it's working because the first time I couldn't get no sleep. But anyway, just wanted to let you guys know I'm doing okay. Day 11. I'm still hanging in there. I'm kind of hungry now. My stomach's settled. But I'm afraid to eat because sometimes, I don't know. Just letting you guys know there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm feeling a lot better. The withdrawals are not as intense. I get a little bit of uncomfortness here and there. But I have to remind myself not every uncomfortness is a withdrawal. Think about that. It's just part of the whatever you're going through. You got to put aside what's withdrawal and what's not withdrawal. Like every ache and pain is not a withdrawal. So what I'm just feeling is just a little bit of anxiety, not that bad. It's very controlled today. And I've been resting in the bed all day. But do yourself a favor, guys. Don't lay in the bed all day. That just makes things so funky. But I'm doing this because I'm trying to rest up to get ready for tomorrow. Because, quote unquote, even though I'm only have 11 days, tomorrow going back to work full force, that's probably going to take a lot out of me. But I think it's just time. It's best for me to go back to work. On that note, I will see you guys. If you have any questions on supplements or whatever, just let me know. Hit that subscribe button if you want to know if I ever do recover. Well, I am recovering. Just one day at a time, you guys. Later.